Okay, welcome back. It's been a while. This is worksheet 41 for Latin 8. So we're looking at fourth and fifth declension this week. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. New declension, right, which means you got a new vocabulary list, some nouns to practice with. Fourth declension, mostly masculine, couple feminine words sprinkled in, a few neuter nouns that have their own slightly different declension. Fifth declension, mostly feminine, a couple masculine examples, no neuters sprinkled in. Okay, these declensions are much smaller than first, second, and third in the sense that there aren't as many words in these declensions, but always basics. To tell what declension a noun belongs to, you always look at the genitive. So any word that's got us is going to be fourth declension, and any word that's got ei is going to be fifth declension. What's up, Kimberly? So the endings are up here, okay, for us to use. Obviously, eventually we want to wean ourselves off of just using the endings from the chart, but I know that we're practicing here at first. So we're going to jump right in with the nouns first, and then we'll deal with the adjectives that are going with it as well. So we have, my break was good, Kimberly. We did a little bit of traveling, but it's good. What's up, linguist? What's up, Jenny? Oh my goodness. People are coming in. Is everything working? I feel like I haven't streamed in 1,000 years. So if something isn't working, let me know. But we're looking at fourth and fifth declension nouns. So the noun is the noun is the noun. It declines however it declines. Adjective doesn't really affect it. So manus manus. Right? We have manus. Oops, I haven't even set up my long marks. Oh my goodness. Let's see if that worked. Manus. Nope. Manus. There we go. Manus manus, right? So you can't just look at this manus, the nominative. Seems fine. We'll go with it. Okay? Manus manus. Dative manui, kind of like third declension. Is-e-m-a. Accusative manum. That's looking very accusative. U-m. And then ablative singular manu, which is just a vowel by itself. Kind of like first declension a, second declension o, third declension e. For the plurals, we get manus. So instead of ace for third declension, we get us for fourth declension. Manuum, so double U, two U's. Manuum. Manibus. Manus. And manibus. Okay? Declining nouns, of course, not rocket science. Just make sure that you always ask yourself before you start declining a noun, what group is it in, what declension? And that's always determined by this one here. For the adjective here, we have shining. So we have the verb niteo, nitere, to shine. So I need to change that verb into a participle. Fourth and fifth, gotta love it. Wolfsy, oh my good, look at this. Jenny's got the whole thing in the chat right there. So let's see, we got nitanes, nitentis, right? So ens, entis, that's our ing, that's our present active participle. Nitenti, nitentem, and nitente, or e. Remember, that one can go either way. I think we just got to work on that genitive plural. So nitentes for the nominative plural, nitentium for genitive plural. Nitentibus, nitentes, and nitentibus. Looks good to me. Just double checking, making sure we didn't get any autocorrects. Yeah, looks great. Nice work, Jenny. Nice work. I just came from coaching softball, so I'm trying to keep my voice down because I was just screaming on a softball diamond. But also not start barking at you like coaches. I'm like, good job, Jenny. Good job, Jenny. Okay, broken knee. Here we go. We got genu, genus. So this is one of those rare. You can actually do either one for the ablative singular. It could be nitente or nitenti. Either one works. Yep. Our noun here is genu, genus. Fourth declension neuter, very small group of nouns, not that many. And they've got a funky declension, particularly in the singular. It goes genu, genus, and then all the other forms are genu, genu, genu. It almost looks like we haven't finished that declension. Like it looks like the endings are missing, but that's how it works. Since it's neuter, the plural is going to have the A, so we're going to have genua, genuum, genibus, genua, and genibus. Okay. Think about this adjective here, broke in. I've got the verb break and all of its principal parts. How do I turn that into broken? What do I need to do to that word? Gotta hydrate, gotta hydrate. Emails coming in. Oof. Oh, and I can already tell I'm gonna lose my voice. Amy, do you mind putting the kettle on for me?
Sure.
Thank you. Tea, please. English breakfast. Thank you. So we're gonna take broke in. That's perfect passive, right? So we can't make the ens entis this time. That would be breaking. So we want the fourth PP, broken. So fractus, but since ni is neuter, it's going to be fractum. And that word is going to decline fractum, fracti, fracto, right? So just second declension, neuter endings. Fractum, fracto, and the plurals, fracta, fractorum, fractis, fracta, and fractis. Okay. Anybody still around in the chat? The number of viewers is a little off. It just jumped from 1 to 5. Just let me know if you're still there. I'm happy to bounce stuff off you guys, or if you just want to sit in the passenger seat and watch, I'm happy to do that too. Just always like to know who I got. Third pair here is the caught species. Species can just mean species. So that noun is species, species, right? So that is, I got a noise. Oh, what's up, LD? It didn't show up on screen, the notification, but thanks. Jenny, species, 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 speciem, species, looks good. Species, oops. Species, species, speciem, and species. What up? And in the plural, we've got species again. Speciarum, it's kind of like aurum, kind of like aurum. Whoops. Speciarum, speciebus, species, and speciebus. I'm not sure why my Twitch notifications are off, but thank you for following. Extra spaces in there. There we go. And it can autocorrect to species all at once because that is the exact same word. Yep, fifth declension. Ace, aem, ace, arum, abus, ace, abus. Fourth declension is really the oo declension. It's the u declension. And fifth declension is the e declension. They all have e's in them. And then what am I going to do with caught here? I've got the verb to catch. How am I going to change that to caught? Check my notifications here. Alert box. Oh, that's why. Alert box was hidden. Now we're good. What do I do to catch to turn it into caught? I'll turn off slow mode. Fourth PP, right? So the perfect passive is fourth principal part. Coptus would be masculine, and so as Jenny said in the chat there, we're going to change it from Coptus to Copta, right, to make it feminine. And what endings am I going to put on Copta? What endings does that feminine form Copta use? Sorry while I chug water. This is going to be bad. Teaching all day, barking on the softball diamond, coming home recording videos. It's going to be a trip. Copta is going to use, and sorry if there's a delay, it's going to use first declension endings. So Copta, Coptai, Coptai, Coptam, and Copta. And for the plurals, Coptai, Coptarum, Coptis, Coptas, Coptis. Okay. We're up to 6 people? Holy. I guess maybe more people are around in the evenings than at 3:30 or whatever time I was doing it before. I told you guys to try to do the back without looking, right? Just here for the ride. Me too. I'm just here to have fun. Well, I'm always here if you need a fix. Are these boxes? I check my table. Nope, they're good. Jenny coming through clutch. College is a different story. College is very, very different. Although you probably have a lot of classes on video. Jenny, well done there. It's 4th neuter, so it's that weird pattern. Ooh, oos, ooh, ooh, ooh. My plurals here are cornua, cornuum, cornibus, cornua, cornibus. Excellent, excellent. I don't know if we got any scholars in the room. There's another meaning for cornu, and I always forget it, other than like the literal meanings of like horn. There's another. It's like, oh, in the army, it's some army thing. Is it the flanks? The wings? I'm not sure. It's got some other meanings. But horn is the, the literal meaning. And then we're just going to pair it with a boring adjective, like magnus. Sometimes the language is just boring like that. So we've got magnus, magna, magnum. It's first and second declension. Easy money. LD, I'm trying to remember if I know who you are, but send me a message, because I think I know, but I'm not sure. I don't want to out you on Twitch too if that's not your thing. We're gonna go with magnum here because cornu is neuter. Magnum, magni, magno, magnum, and don't auto correct me to mango. Magnum, e-o-m-o, second declension. Magna, magnorum. Oh, I know the LD is the big hint. Magnis, magna, and magnis. Wait a minute. I think I might know who the LD is, but I don't want to say. I don't want to say if I'm wrong. I can think of a couple LDs that I've had. If it's a true OG LD, I think you've already graduated. If you're from my second year of teaching, that's super OG. Yeah. All right, so cornu, fourth declension neuter, paired with magnum, second declension neuter. The next one here, the threatening oak. I don't know why I love this word so much, quercus, but it's just one of my go-to words for fourth declension. It's an oak tree. quercus, quercus. It's going to follow the normal fourth declension pattern. Quercui, quercum, and quercu. Am I going to need to play some Rocket League tonight? Quercu. I'm going to fall asleep. You guys want to see that stream where I fall asleep mid-match? Quercuum, quercibus, quercus, and quercibus. Okay. So again, we always want to be thinking across declensions, right? So quercu with that ablative singular, a vowel all by itself. Ibus for dative and ablative plural. Uum is kind of like orum, kind of like arum, kind of like arum, kind of like eum. So we want to think patterns across the way as well. The threatening oak, this verb really only exists in two principal parts, imineo and imineire. So we want the ing participle, so take a minute, think about what that would be. It is actually an English word, at least the stem is. If something is threatening, if it's hanging over you, imminanes, excellent, Jenny. Imminanes for the nominative, imminentis for the genitive. So if you've ever heard the English word imminent, right? If something is imminent, it means it's happening very, very soon. It's kind of hanging over your head or threatening you. Immineo, imminere, so imminanes, imminentis, imminenti. I just feel like it's going to autocorrect me at some point here. Imminentem and imminente, or E. Imminentes, imminentium, imminentibus. God, my typing is way off. I know Latin seems like a really difficult language to learn. It's really not. You just have to kind of buy into a certain amount of grammar and just kind of go with it, because it can be really intimidating at first. The sort of basic line I give to everybody who's studying it is, if you know the difference between he and him, or you know the difference between they and them, Latin is basically just that kind of on steroids, where every word has a he versus him form. Every word has a they versus them form. It's not just pronouns like I and you and he. It's every word. So there's a he and a him form for the word boy. There's we say a subject form of boy, and there's an object form of boy. So there's a lot of endings and a lot of things that go with it. Thank you so much, Amy. So if you just kind of accept that and know that there are going to be various forms that a word can take, it's really not that bad. It's just a matter of knowing those forms really, really well. It seems like the hard part, but actually using them and knowing when to use them is really kind of simple. It's just you have to buy into the idea that grammar is going to be important. It's not just memorizing vocabulary. Once you accept that, it becomes much easier. The unhappy tribe, we've got tribus, tribus. So tribus, tribus. Looking at you there, Jenny. I think you got an extra tribus there in your... Oh, that's LD. Look at LD stepping up. Tribui, tribum, and tribu. Pretty darn good. It's been a while for me doing fourth and fifth declension, so honestly, I'm like, normally I don't even think about doing this, and I'm like, tribuum, tribibus, that looks right. I hear one, tribus, and tribibus. Us, us, ui, oo. Yeah, if you understand, I mean, you're the linguist, so you get the idea of like cases. the best analog, if you want to learn two really highly inflected languages that are very different from each other, learn Latin and learn Icelandic. Because weirdly enough, the grammar is super similar. Same case structures, obviously different vocabulary, different roots, but the grammar is really weirdly similar. Misera, 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 misera. Yep. And we're going to use that feminine form because tribe is feminine, right? So misera, miserai, miserai, misera, misera. So we're in this weird situation where we got more kids coming back to school. So I imagine the streams are going to become less important. Miser, is. Yep. I arm isasis. Today was good. One class, my shout out to my section 53, my R5 class, there were 13 of them in the room. And it was a good vibe. It was good energy. People were, as they know, they were raising their hands. And I called on students for the first time in 14 months. Actually, a student in person raising their hand. It was awesome. I would say I am fully vaccinated. Yep. I'm 2 weeks past my second, 2.5 weeks now. So, thank you. The hardest part is just dividing not my time, but my energy when I've got the Zoom kids, I've got the in-person kids, I've got emails coming in, I got Discord messages coming in. So second shot May 2nd, let's go. All right, last thing on this worksheet, guys, and then we'll wrap it up. We've got these two participle charts just to make sure we don't lose these. It does say give the Latin form and translate, so keep that in mind. Colo, cholera, colui, cultus. We're going for feminine plural. I didn't put a case here, so we can just default to nominative. So that's going to be colentes, which are people who are worshipping. So colentes, worshipping. We've got perfect passive, so that's our fourth principal part, feminine plural, coltai. Those are people who've been worshipped. I'm going to try to zoom this a little bit more. I'm doing it on the Google Docs version. I normally do it on a Word doc, but I want to try this out. Hopefully it's coming in at a crispy 1080p 60 frames per second. Thanks to my lovely Ethernet cord. Kulturai. Those are people who are about to worship. Likes to autocorrect, so be careful. And then last one here, we go back to the original stem, col, C-O-L. Colendai. Those are things that must be worshipped. Right? $14.40. Nice. I don't think Twitch will let you stream any better than 1080. Maybe they will. I don't know, maybe you have to be like a crazy, super famous streamer. As I've said so many times, the thing I love about Twitch, obviously the live lessons are good, but it just automatically records stuff. And I don't have to think about saving videos on my very limited hard drive space and uploading them places. So yeah, watching an ad every once in a while is no fun, but it makes life much, much easier, especially for this pandemic. All right, last one, conficcio. We're doing masculine plural this time. Be careful because it's conficcio. Look at you go, Jenny. Only thing I would change, Jenny, is masculine plural. You've got the genitive singular there for conficientes, so I would just make it conficientes. And those are people who are completing something. That one uses the third declension endings. Confecti, those are things that have been completed or made. That is where we get the word confetti. Confecturi, people who are about to complete something. And then last one, conficiendi. Well done. Conficiendi. Things that must be completed. Okay. So easy one today. Pretty easy one tomorrow as well. Just a little bit more practice. So it's just declensions. You practice them. Hopefully you learn the endings. What year did you graduate? And then I should be able to figure out LD. (2019). So that was pre-pandemic. And you know about the streams. So are you in the Discord? You were in the old one, not the new one. Interesting. All right, send me a message in the old Discord if you still got it. If you left the old Discord, I totally understand, but shoot me a message on there if you can. I'm going to cut the video here, guys. Looks like it'll be about 23, 24 minutes, something like that, which would be good. Send me a message on Whisper on Twitch. And we'll keep chatting. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it here. Thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Jenny. MVP. Crushed it.